Hey, it is Tammy, your favorite life coach and manifesting mentor, back with today's podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is hump day. So I hope you guys are having a great day. All right, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty today and talk about probably one of the most talked about things in my community, anyway, in my line of work, and probably the most important thing in life, which is money. Money. I don't usually talk about money that much, because I don't want people to get the wrong impression that, happiness revolves around money. But what I can say as I'm saying those things out loud is that, man, there's a lot of misery because of lack of money. And so I think it's an important topic to talk about. So, the reason why I want to talk about it is because I put a post up on my social media platforms. If you guys aren't following me and you haven't seen it, it's a money activation, where I used God's Source Creator Universe and the energy of that and myself, and we were going to manifest abundance for people that need it. And the response was overwhelming. So if you're not following me on social media, you can find me on TikTok at Tami Gomez Official. You can find me on Instagram, the same handle at Tami Gomez Official, and you can find me on Facebook at T Gomez, the number 2, the letter U, T Gomez 2U. So this post that I put up on TikTok, and then I put it on Reels on Instagram and Facebook, I put it up 3 days ago, and I asked people to comment me, to let me know that you wanted me to activate this for you, this abundance for you. The response is overwhelming. Let me give you an example. There are, in 3 days, 166,000 views on this video, 13,800 likes, 9,045 comments of people that said me, and 4,565 bookmarks. That's just on TikTok. Over 9,000 people raised their hand and said me on that video. And listen, with the algorithms, the way they are with social media, this thing, not everybody's seeing this. 100 and how many views did I say it had? 166,000 views. And 9,000 of those views, people actually took the time to comment me. That's just incredible. When I go to Instagram and look at the numbers, it's been liked 560 times, and 518 out of those 560 likes, people have commented me. So let's talk about that. There are so many people in this world that are suffering because of lack of money. We live on an economic planet where you must have money to survive. And when I say survive, I mean survive. If you don't have money for food or shelter or clothing, period, you have no income coming in at all. I don't care if it's from panhandling, if you're homeless, to, a normal person just trying to get by every day. If you don't have money, you cannot survive very long. So, money is an important part of your life. And for those of you who have an issue around money, thinking money is the root of all evil, money brings out the worst in people, you're greedy if you want money, or you just want enough to just get by so that you feel better about yourself as a person, that you're not greedy, listen to me when I say that is a lack mindset. Because if you just want barely enough to get by, or to be able to pay your bills and put food on the table and have a nice car and a nice home and take your vacation once a year. That's a lack mentality. You have an issue understanding that there is no shortfall of money in this country. Should I give you some examples to prove that? Let me grab my phone and I'm going to Google how many, let's see, let's do this. How much money in circulation in the US? As of December 31st, 2022, the overall value of $100 bills in circulation amounted to more than $1.8 trillion with a T. The total value of US currency in circulation in 2022 amounted to approximately $2.26 trillion in the US. There is over $2.26 trillion in the US in circulation right now. And we think that there's not enough to go around. So then let's look up how many millionaires are in the US. Not the world, just the US. There are approximately 22 million millionaires in the US. 22 million millionaires in the US. The top 5 wealthiest Americans have a net worth of just over 1 million. And there's 735 billionaires in the US as of 2023, October of 2023. So 22 million millionaires and 735 billionaires in the US. Out of how many trillions of dollars? $2.26 trillion in circulation. Where's all the money? This money that's circulating around, and circulating means that it is exchanging hands. Circulated. It's being exchanged for services, for products, for a gazillion different things. It's being traded on the stock market. God, there's so much money in this country. God, there's so much money in this country. And yet, we have, in my own little world, about right around 10,000 people in my little world that are struggling financially. 10,000 people in my small little corner of the world that are struggling financially. I need some more coffee because I'm going to get fired up here in a minute. What is your mindset around money? What are your beliefs around money? Where are your blocks? What's the bullshit story you're telling yourself about money? What are the lessons you learned when you were a kid from your parents about money, or media, or the news, or your teachers, or your friends? What influences have you had in your life when it comes to this topic? Because those opinions are coming from people who are struggling like you. And yet, you are holding those opinions as truth. You're taking advice from someone who is in the same place you are. Birds of a feather flock together. If you want more money in your life, you need to do the work to receive it. I don't mean grinding and hustling to earn it. I don't mean stepping on people to get it. I don't mean grab and run, stealing it. I mean use the brain in your head that is so smart, a supercomputer that is sitting on your neck that can create anything that it wants to create. And yet we use the supercomputer to tell us all the negative things, to tell us all the reasons why we can't, to tell us all the reasons why it's good to stay broke, to tell us all the reasons why we shouldn't do the thing that we want to do. Man, the brain is such a freaking liar, because all it's trying to do is protect you from disappointment and rejection. Its only job is to keep you safe, however it sees fit. If it feels a threat, it's going to do everything it can to talk you out of doing whatever that is that you're going to do that thinks that it would be a threat. And it's simple things, guys. It's simple things. It's things like this. I want to start a business. No, don't do that. Do you know that every new business, the percentage of it, like, I don't even know the percentage. Let me look that up. Let me look and see, statistically speaking, which is also going to be a bullshit lie, of how many businesses fail in the first 5 years. How many new businesses fail within the first 5 years? It says approximately 20% of new businesses fail during the first 2 years of being open, 45% during the first 5 years, and 65% during the first 10 years. So if I'm someone who's creative, wants to create wealth for myself, wants to create financial freedom for myself, and wants to open a business, if I looked hard enough, I could find reasons to not do it. Because here's fear. 20% fail in the first 2 years, 45% fail in the first 5, and 65% fail in the first 10 years. I'm like, well, shit. And then it goes on to say only 25% of new businesses make it to 15 years or more. 25%. So out of every, let's just say in the first 5 years, 45 out of every 100 businesses that open will fail. 45 out of 100 businesses will fail in the first 5 years. If I look hard enough, I can find reasons why I shouldn't start a business. You're looking at the wrong stats. If I'm going to dig for information to help me make a decision, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to flip it. You ready? Approximately 80% of new businesses succeed in the first 2 years of being open. Approximately 55% of new businesses succeed in the first 5 years. And approximately 35% of all new businesses succeed in the first 10 years. Wow. So if I open a business and I have an exit strategy that says, I'm going to open this business, I'm going to keep it open for 5 years, I'm going to make a success out of it, and then I'm going to have an exit strategy and sell it in the first 5 years, that means that I have a 55% chance of being successful at that. 55. I'll take those odds all day long. 55%. Over half. 55 out of 100 businesses will succeed in the first 5 years. If you want to be a coach like me, if I can be a coach, what's stopping you? You, your thoughts, and your beliefs. You want to be a business owner? Be a business owner. What's stopping you? You, your thoughts, and your beliefs. You want to be an artist, an author, a virtual assistant, a singer, whatever it is. What's stopping you? You and your beliefs. That's it. There's nothing else stopping you. If you want to be a singer and you suck, you can go take vocal lessons. They have auto-tune for a reason. But we get so stuck and so fixated on the negative, all the reasons why we can't or wouldn't or shouldn't. There's no need. There is absolutely no need whatsoever for people to be struggling financially in this country. None. None. But what stops people from succeeding and being financially free are their own fears and their own beliefs. They start listening to everybody else. They start listening to the news. We're on an economic crisis, and because it's the president sitting in the White House, or it's Border Patrol, or it's immigration laws, or it's the IRS, or it's like, you come up with all of these fucking reasons. You listen to the wrong things. Because for every person that tries something new, there's another person that succeeds at it. You are the creator of your life. So when I look at these comments of all of these 10,000 people that are struggling, that are saying, me, please pray for me, pray for me, please send me money. And I read them and it breaks my heart, because they have nobody in their corner telling them, you can create it. You don't need me. You don't need me. You could do this. You know, a lot of people say that they don't want to be rich or wealthy because it comes with a lot of problems. It comes with a lot of problems. Okay. Don't you think being broke comes with a lot of problems too? Some people say, I don't want to take a chance. I don't want to take a risk at doing something and then fail, because then it's going to make me feel like shit. And I'm thinking, but if you don't do the thing, don't you already feel like shit? That old saying, choose your hard. God, it's all hard. All of it. There was a woman, and I think I want to read this to you guys because I read it and I didn't know why it stuck with me, but it did. And I want to read it to you. So there's a woman, and I don't want to say her name for anonymity reasons, even though she posted this, but she posted it into a Facebook group that I'm in. And I'm going to read you what she wrote, because it's so true. It says, when you look behind the scenes of these 7 to 9 figure plus businesses, you'll see a mess. Yes. And there's nothing fucking wrong with it. Being a human is messy as fuck. And I don't know a single woman who isn't an actual mess some days, but it's also a masterpiece. I don't know a single woman I've coached, been friends with, or mentored with who's managed to build a 7-figure company and isn't an actual masterpiece. I've seen a lot of friends and peers get knocked off course because no one was straight up with them about growth. Growth is messy. Growth is full of duality. Growth is uncomfortable, and growth is painful. Growth requires a lot of bravery, which means you're not just confident, you're scared out of your mind. And bravery compounded over time is that coveted confidence that we all want. And yet what I've come to learn is no one powerful actually cares if you have it all together. What they yearn for most, what keeps them up at night, what makes them choose you as someone they want close in their lives, is that you honestly and deeply love and accept yourself. You lead yourself the best you can, transparently, and get better and better. You evolve through loving yourself, not shaming yourself. It's such a rarity for a woman to be kind and loving to yourself, to not judge yourself on your worst moments, to realize you can totally be frustrated and sad one moment, feeling bad for yourself, and then dancing in your kitchen the next, laughing out loud about how you forgot you are literally in control of everything in your life. People who are unwilling to do this for themselves project their unease within themselves onto others, creating immense separation between people who have what they want. They will spend their days trolling, even in the guise of making crappy content about people who they deem are making mistakes, just rallying people together in their judgment and pain who will later turn on them. The cost of a good day is a not so good day. The flip side of great clients who feel like angels are pain in the arses. The result of an expansion is a contradiction. The inevitability of attention is bad attention. The truth about winning is you fail first. The price of leadership is challenges. The use of technology means glitches. The employment of people is the employment of imperfection. The more you slay, the more balls get to be dropped. The more people, the more who love and hate you, the more connection, the more heartbreak. It's how it goes. Don't let anyone tell you different. Behind the scenes with too many people. You can't change the game, but you can change yourself. Pretty amazing. I love that. The moral of that post that woman wrote was she runs a 7 to 8 figure plus business. And her photo was her having a messy day, crying, because life is hard. But life is also fucking amazing. You have to hold space for both. And I love what she said about there's always a contradiction. Where there's success, there's failure. Where there's growth, there's pain. Where there's happiness, there's sadness. Oh, the contrast serves a purpose. Without knowing what it feels like to be desperate financially, you would never know and never feel gratitude for when your ship comes in, so to speak. How much more grateful are we when we come into something amazing after experiencing something of the exact opposite? How amazing is it that we can experience this contrast and show sadness and happiness at the same time? How often do we lose a loved one just to be replaced by a newborn in your life? The sadness and the grief of loss, and then the excitement and love and elation of a new human coming into your life. The contrast. I don't want to give handouts to people. I want to give hand up to people. I want to help people create the life that they want. I want to help you create abundance for yourself. I want you to learn who you really are and then be able to use this human vehicle that you have the gift of having to go out and capture whatever it is that you're seeking. There is nothing literally that you can't have, and there's literally nothing that you can't do. And there's nothing that you can't be. But you have to agree with me on that. Because if you don't, then you will keep getting what you've been getting. And life is not meant to be experienced in just pain. Life is meant to be experienced with the pain as well as the joy. You cannot help other people, and you can definitely not help yourself unless you have a full cup. So many of you want to help others, but you're struggling to help yourself. You have an obligation and a responsibility in this lifetime to be, do, and have all that you can, with the purpose and the understanding that the more I have, the more I can give. Not just to myself, but others. Out and create an amazing life. Go out and make millions and millions and gazillions of dollars. And then help someone else. Be the ripple effect. Show them what is possible by you leading the charge. Go against the norm. Stop succumbing to society and what they think you should be doing. We live in a place where we get to pretty much do whatever we want. We can start whatever business we want. We can create whatever we want. And for you to not take full advantage of that, to create the life that you want, is doing your life a disservice and slapping the creator of all things in the face. Saying, I know you built me for more, but I'm not going to do it. I know you created me to be amazing, but I'm not going to do it. Stop being so goddamn selfish. Go create the thing you want to create. Go be who you want to be. Go do what you want to do. Go sow it and then reap it. Go seek it and find it. Go knock on the door and the door will be opened. Get off your ass. Put the middle finger in the air and go do the thing and live this life that is fully worth living. All right? I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.